not going to believe this story. I'm going to read it to you because it's just stupid. And yet, the damage it did to our country is incalculable. Listen to this. A decades-old court order that blocked the federal government from using tests to measure job applicant skills was terminated by a D.C. judge on Friday, setting the stage for an overhaul of the federal workforce that could be one of President Trump's most lasting achievements. In 1981, Angelo Levano sued the federal government over the Professional Administrative Career Examination, a test that helped identify the best and brightest out of tens of thousands who apply for government jobs each year. Levano argued that the test kept too many blacks and Hispanics out of government, and in the waning days of President Jimmy Carter's administration, the Office of OPM, the Office of Management, OPM, agreed to pause the test for 5 years. So this 1981, Carter's going out, an agency of the government, OPM, says, we will waive the test for 5 years. 40 years later, the Levano consent decree was somehow still intact. In January, the Trump administration filed a brief challenging the agreement, a feat which required reopening a decades-closed court case in which the original judge had died. The administration argued that it was doubtful the decree was ever appropriate and that the Supreme Court case law outlawing affirmative action is certainly not now illegal. Angelo Levano is still alive, and he agreed to terminate the case, the consent decree. Levano was represented by lawyers from Hispanic and Black civil rights groups who would not comment. For almost half a century, because of this law that never faced scrutiny, was just continued. Because why? It allowed you to appoint anybody to a job in the government, not the best. It destroyed merit for 40 years. For almost half a century, the federal government has operated like a college that didn't look at SAT scores while admitting students. Rescinding the Levano consent decree could make the government from safety school status to Ivy League. We are making civil service great again, Office of Personnel Management Director. So that's what OPM says. Office of Personnel Management Director Scott Cooper told the Daily Wire Friday. The move opens the door for technocratic hiring assessments that allow the government to hire applicants who objectively demonstrate the most aptitude, Cooper told the Daily Wire in an interview. That the move means America may start getting better service at government agencies, with government being more helpful and responsive.